short meditation session. So if you place your hands on your shins or on your knees, and we're gonna go into cat and cow pose. So exhaling, bringing the chin towards the chest, and inhaling, we're gonna extend our chest forward, looking up, and we're gonna continue following our own breath. And you can make the movement larger as you go along. So just feel where there is any tension or any restriction in your movement. And sometimes it may feel in your neck or in your spine, but it can be also in your hips. And we're going to continue a couple of times. So exhaling, rounding the back and bringing the chin towards the chest. And inhaling, looking up, drawing the chest up, shoulders back. A few more rounds. And one more. And then we stop, and then we see if you need to shake anything. So maybe lifting the shoulders and dropping the shoulders, maybe moving the arms a little bit, so shoulders forward, shoulders back, just for this little sensation of letting go of any tension that might have been built in the body since waking up in the morning. And then we will settle in our meditation posture. So if you are already sitting cross-legged, maybe it's a good idea to look at the leg which is in front and change your crossing. So we are habitual creatures. We tend to sit in a specific cross-legged position where a specific leg is in front. It's the same with your fingertips. If you look at your arms and hands and you interlace your fingers, probably you will see, it will feel natural to clasp your hands in a particular way. So that's the same with any other posture. So make an effort to do things differently today. So for example, recrossing your legs, or when we will clasp our fingers, we're gonna change the grip. So it feels a bit odd maybe, but it's a new type of experience. And then as always, I would like to invite you to take a few moments to adjust your seat. So if you need to sit on a blanket or on a cushion, to elevate your hips a little bit. So you can relax your knees and your posture may become a bit more tall and more relaxed, because that's what we are looking for our meditation, a tall and relaxed posture. So this straight spine but not rigid. And after you settled and find your optimal position here for a few next minutes, we're gonna start closing our eyes or putting our gaze down. And preferably if you can close your eyes, this would be ideal. And we're gonna take our initial 3 deep breaths to allow us to settle into the breathing rhythm. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And remember about the visualization. It does help if you imagine breathing in energy, strength, or whatever you're looking for in your practice, and you exhale tiredness or discomfort or irritation, mental or emotional blocks or residue. And the last time. And then taking a moment to readjust anything in your body so that you are 10 to 15% more comfortable in your sitting position. We're gonna settle, just breathing, and we'll start observing our breath. And if you remember, we practiced a different type of meditation and different type of pranayama exercises. And today I would like to invite you to choose the method that works for you the most. So today we are not going to control the breath. We will simply try to listen to our breath, observing it. And without counting the breath, we will try to get the sense that our breath is easy and flowing freely. And then we inhale fully and we exhale fully. So without making a specific effort, just feeling your breath, and maybe just bringing your attention to this sensation of the breath in the body makes your breathing longer and fuller. concentration point today. So we are not going to count the breath. We allow the breath to be just the way it is today. But we will choose what we're going to focus on. And we were focusing several times on different things. So we were, for example, focusing on the sensation of the breath in our body. And probably one of the easiest places to feel the breath is your nostrils, the tip of your nose. As you inhale, you feel the cooler air entering the nose. And as you exhale, the warm air brushes along your nostrils. Or it may be somewhere else in your body where you feel your breath. So if this is your concentration point, if it works for you, bring your attention there. And if you feel that you are not really sensing your breath in your nostrils or in your belly or in your chest, maybe you can use the mantra we introduced last week. It's a Ham-Sa mantra. And it's basically a syllable that you repeat. And mantra is, if you remember, is consistent of two roots. Man is a sort of mind or thoughts, and tra, control or tools. So basically mantra is an element to control our thoughts and minds, so we can be fully concentrated. So if in your experience it helps you to repeat this mantra, use this mantra. When you inhale, you mentally chant Ham, and as you exhale, you mentally chant Sa. So choose your focus, what works for you best. And if you notice that your mind starts looking into the future, or bring in some memories, emotions, allow your concentration return to your focus point, your nostrils, your belly, or your mantra. Just noticing this moment when your mind starts wandering, and bring it back to that point of concentration. Remember, no need to control the breath today. Just allow it to be as it is. And in a moment we will release this concentration and we will bring our attention to our intention. So you'll set this intention for today's practice or for today's or for this life by formulating a positive statement in present tense that would represent something that your heart desires, that you want to manifest more in your life. Simple phrase, present tense, positive. I'm relaxed, I'm calm, I have radiant health, anything else. And each yoga session, it can be different intention, but it also helps if you have one strong intention that you stick to for some time. And then we open our eyes, soft gaze, and we start moving. So if you are sitting using something, you may continue sitting on a blanket, for example, that's fine. And otherwise, if you're comfortable sitting cross-legged, we're going to change to the cross-legged position. And we move into our shoulder warm-up exercise in a sequence. So I would like us to lift our shoulders up and drop our shoulders. So relaxed arms a couple of times. Shoulders to the ears and dropping the arms. A few more times. And then we're going to release the arms and bring the arms all the way up. So we bring it slowly and then we interlace the fingers. And remember about the interlace, probably you already interlace it in the most convenient way. For you, most natural, change the grip. So we change the grip and then we flip the palms up, and very slowly we will start dropping our shoulder blades down so our neck becomes long and visible. And then as a second stage, we start bringing our elbows behind the ears, trying to extend the arms. So the arms are really extended. So you feel probably quite a lot of going on in the upper back, your shoulder blades area. One more breath. And then we drop the right hand behind us, left hand, right knee. And before we start twisting, we're gonna lift the chest. So lifting the sternum, really making you the tallest spine possible. And from this long and tall spine, we start rotating. So make it a dynamic pose. So each inhale, we elongate a little bit more, lifting the spine, and exhaling, releasing into the twist. So gradually you rotate, and maybe at a certain point you can look over your right shoulder. So when you reach your maximum, you may decide to pause there for a while, or you can continue allowing your breath to move your spine up on each inhale and on each exhale. You allow this sense of relaxation and ease settle in your spine. So remember, the tall spine is important here. It's not important how far backwards you can twist. One more breath. And on the next exhale, we release the pose and we bring the right arm over the right ear. The left shoulder goes towards the left knee. And we start rotating our torso towards the ceiling. So looking under the armpit, looking under our right arm. You feel a nice stretch on the right side. And keep both of your sitting bones on the ground. So don't lift your right sitting bone. And if it's lifted, just gently bring some weight towards your right side. And continue rotating your chest a little bit more towards the sky. One breath. And we inhale, we bring the right arm up and we cross over. And we're gonna start pulling our knees with our hands towards each other, and we counteract this movement with the knees moving away from each other. So, and you release your head down, so allow your chin to drop towards the chest. It's nice and strong stretch at the back, in your upper back, so area in between the shoulder blades a bit higher. The area of trapezius muscles. So allow yourself to just feel this. And one more breath. And then we release the arms and we open arms really wide. So we try to connect the shoulder blades behind, and then we cross over the arms. So the right elbow is on top of the left elbow, and we move our hands behind the shoulders, maybe grabbing the shoulder blades. Then we're gonna squeeze the chest a few times, and then we start moving in little circles. So feeling something in your spine, maybe in your hips again. And as you make the circles, after a couple of rounds, maybe you can make these circles bigger and also change directions. So clockwise, counterclockwise. And then we start making smaller circles after you change directions. And then release everything and shake everything. So shake your arms. If you are doing it properly, probably feel something in your shoulders, at the top of your shoulders, at your back. So a few moments, just letting go of their effort. And we continue with the same sequence on the other side. So releasing the arms, we're gonna bring the arms up and making interlace. So this time, whatever the interlace you had, just reverse it. And we're going to continue allowing our shoulders to slide down the spine, allow our elbows to start moving behind the ears, and at the same time gently inviting our arms to straighten so they are not bent. How far you can straighten, again, it's a matter of time probably. It really doesn't matter. And don't tense your face when you do this exercise. So the face is relaxed. And next exhale, right hand, left knee, left hand behind. Remember toe, spine first, and then start rotating. So you can use your right hand a little bit as a leverage to allow yourself to move a bit deeper in the twist, but don't force anything. Straight spine first, and each exhale an opportunity to go deeper in your twist. And when you're ready and reach your maximum, maybe you can pause in your twist, looking over your left shoulder. Continue breathing deeply, expanding your rib cage with each breath. And next exhale, we release, and on an inhale, we bring the left arm up, and right shoulder goes to the right knee, and we rotate our chest towards the sky, so we can look up under our left arm. Continue breathing deeply, so you can really expand this area in between your ribs, and keeping both sitting bones on the ground. One more breath here. And inhaling, lifting up and crossing over. And we again use this dynamic of moving the hands towards each other, squeezing the knees, and the knees move into opposite direction, and we allow our head to drop towards the chest, so the chin moves towards the chest. Nice stretch at the top of the shoulders. And continue using your breath to stretch a bit more. One more breath. And releasing and opening the arms really wide. And we're gonna cross over. This time right elbow on top of the left elbow on top of the right, and then we move our hands behind the back as much as possible, and giving ourselves a big squeeze, and we'll start movement with our upper body, so broader movement or shallow movement as you prefer, going deeper if it's possible, and changing directions. And one more round, making the circle smaller, and we release everything. So release everything, we're gonna shake it. And also we're gonna shake our legs. And we're gonna go in a forward fold. Yesterday we had a forward fold and a sequence which involved bending the knee and bringing the knee behind. And I understood that for a lot of us it's quite a challenging pose. So today we're gonna try a variation, which is a sort of called Janus asana, so head to knee pose. So it can always be practiced as a variation of the previous pose that we practiced yesterday. So we first bring the right knee in, and then we open the right knee out. So the right foot is very high up to the groins and pressing against the inner left side. So what happens here for many people, that your knee is very high up and it's uncomfortable. So if you feel something in your knee, you can place your foot a little bit more down the leg, so closer to the knee, so not immediately in the groin area. And if you are too high up with your knee, you can put a blanket or a cushion or something like this to support. So this is an active pose. So first finding that what you need to adjust to be comfortable here, to go deeper, and then we will all try to sit straight. So maybe for some of us it's sufficient to put the fingers behind and slide our pelvis a bit forward. For some of us, maybe we need to sit on a blanket or on a cushion, so choose your variation. And then we're gonna first flex our toes, and flexing the toes makes the whole leg engaged, so all the muscles are working really hard here. And we're gonna rotate the torso towards the left leg. There is something like 90-degree angle between the legs. We're gonna lift on the fingertips, so lengthening the spine, and we're gonna work very, very slowly. So the pose is called head to knee, but in fact we wanna kiss our toes. And maybe not in this life, maybe not now, maybe not in this session, but this is the intention. So we try to go with our belly, so first having the touch down with our belly towards our upper side of the left leg, and then when you think that, okay, this is my maximum, then you relax. So you're going down, and allow your breathing to be guiding you deeper into the pose. And the left leg stays active, so that's an active variation of the pose. We're not gonna stay here very long. It's a hot variation of Janusirsasana. And on a big inhale, we're gonna lift on the fingertips, lengthening the spine, and help working with the fingertips backwards and gently closing our leg in and out, and we're gonna shake our legs. So remember about all the props you can use and adjustment you might need to do. And one thing that I forgot to tell, so we are repeating on the other side. So one additional thing that can be helpful if you have tight hamstrings, because you never know what part of body requires more tension. For example, if you have a very tight hamstrings, you might consider putting a blanket under your knee of the extended leg. So that also helps to relax further. This is the last adjustment that may be necessary. So first we adjust our pelvis forward, find the appropriate position, and we put the fingertips on the floor, we extend the chest up, and then we walk on the fingertips as far forward as possible. And again, imagine that you want to kiss your toes. And you can study your pedicure, by the way. So are you happy with this? Or you can still give it a brush up. And then when you reach your maximum, you extend a little bit more and you go down. So the toes of the right foot are flexed. And if you're really flexing the right toes properly, probably there will be no space between the back of your knee and the floor. So the entire length of your right leg has a contact with the ground. And of course, if you have this tight hamstrings, that you might have your right knee bent. That doesn't apply to you. One more breath here. And then we inhale, lifting ourselves up, and we walk on the fingertips backwards, and we help our left knee up and left knee out. So shake everything here. And as an intermezzo, we're gonna do a couple of very easy back bends. So placing your hands behind the back, fingers facing towards the buttocks. And we're gonna open our chest and drop our head back. And as we exhale, we allow our chest to collapse. And we continue a couple of times. So just connecting the shoulder blades as we inhale, puffing up the chest, and allow everything to collapse as you go down. Just a little something in between the poses. Making sure that our spine is properly warmed up now. One more round. And we stop in the middle, and we'll finish with a back bend variation. So we're gonna be going down on our back. Our feet are hip width apart. And we're gonna bring our feet as close to the buttocks as possible. So basically, if you can touch, you know the sign? If you can touch the middle, with your middle finger, your ankles, that would be ideal. And then we don't keep our knees together, we just keep them in line with the feet, and the feet sides are parallel to the mat. And their feet are hip width apart. And then the back bend variation is gonna be the following. We're gonna bring our hips up and keep on lifting them up. And then we interlace our fingers, and remember about the interlace. use a different interlaces than usual. And then we're gonna keep on pressing our feet into the ground. So notice that here you might start lifting your big toes. So put those big toes down. You press through your heels and you go up, 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 squeezing your buttocks, using the muscles of the legs to lift yourself up. And then we release. We're gonna do 2 more times of this variation, a preparation for the bridge pose. And while you're resting, you can drop your knees towards the chest. And we do 2 more. So remember, using the strength of your legs, your quadriceps, to lift yourself up. So we lift our hips up, we interlace the fingers, bringing the shoulders under, the arms under, and we start lifting. And don't turn your head anywhere. So the head is in line with the spine, and you keep on lifting, pressing through all toes of your feet into the ground, just a bit more higher, and then releasing. So the last time, just feel how your spine is doing, and go to your maximum. So without forcing anything, remember, you don't need to force. The flexibility here comes mostly from practicing it regularly, but also from the effort you put in pressing your feet down. So don't try to force your spine into this curved position. So lifting your hips, interlacing the fingers, and then lifting the buttocks and everything up, keeping the knees apart. So you feel that the chest is moving towards the chin, the high up, and then we're gonna release. Good job. And back bends are normally energizing, so we need a few rounds of easy relaxation movements before we go into Shavasana. The time is almost up, so grab your knees, make a couple of rounds on your back. And before we go into Shavasana, we will place the feet on the ground, open the arms wide, and we do a couple of windshield wipers. So allowing your knees to drop right, left, couple of times. If you want to pose on one side and on the other side for 1 or 2 breaths, feel free to do it. And then we are ready to move into Shavasana. So from the neutral position with the knees up in the middle, we're gonna extend our legs, feet are hip-width apart. Allow your feet just to be rolling out in a natural way, and then making a little bit of effort to bring the shoulder blades to the center of your spine, and your arms are away from the body. And we're gonna settle into Shavasana. Maybe taking 1 or 2 breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And then continuing breathing through the nose, feeling the heaviness of the body, maybe giving yourself a body scan. And it's easier to stick to a specific order, so for a simple body scan, you may choose to scan your body from your right foot up to the right knee and right hip. And then move with your attention towards your left leg, left foot, left knee and left hip. Then up to the area of your lower abdomen, the buttocks, feeling the entire lower body very heavy and relaxed. And then going up towards your rib cage, towards your heart area. And towards your shoulders and the arms. And finally taking a moment to feel your face. Allowing something to let go in your mouth. Maybe releasing some frowning. Even dropping your ears, so releasing the muscle there. And for a moment just allow your body to sink into the ground, very heavy and relaxed. breath, we will start taking deep inhales and exhales. And slowly we will move our fingers and toes. And as always, any movement you feel is welcome to wake up your body. Please feel free to do it. It's always nice to give yourself a stretch. So bringing the arms over the head and pointing the toes and flexing the toes, feeling the muscles and strength of the body. And then through first bending the legs, your knees, then moving to your right or left side. And staying on the right side, curled up comfortably. And when the time is right, keeping your eyes closed preferably, we're gonna lift ourselves up into sitting position and cross-legged. And again, notice what leg comes first and change it. Just for the sake of experiencing a new sensation. So the other unusual side will be on top. And we take a few moments to finish our class by sensing our breath, by sensing our spine nice and tall, feeling the grounding force of the gravity, the sitting bones firmly on the ground. And your intention that you set for the practice will come to your mind, and you will repeat it 3 times silently, helping focus your mind throughout the day, throughout your life. And we're gonna bring our hands in front of the chest and namaste, opening the eyes.